Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Hurt, Heal, Become podcast. I am your host, Monique Loraye, and you can meet me here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are also now streaming on all major digital platforms as well as YouTube at The Graced Steward. Listen, today I want to talk to you about mind health or mind fasting. Okay. What I recognize is that it really matters what you are listening to each and every day. The music you're listening to, the conversations you're listening to or that you're having, the podcast you're listening to, the videos, the movies that you're watching. Who are you listening to, right? I'm at a place right now where I'm like, okay, I'm going on a mind fast. I'm going on a mental fast because I recognize I've been having more conversations and talking more to people who have problems. Do you understand? And no, that's not an issue, right? I'm in school for clinical counseling. So that's going to be a major part of my life is talking to people who have certain issues or problems, and they need someone to assist them or just listen to them as they work through, right? To find solutions. And I'm recognizing that right now as I am in my own healing, right? This is Hurt, Heal, and Become. And we started this thing hurting, right? Hurting deeply. We hurt it deeply. We were in depression, okay? We were in the dark hour and we came out. We're in the light now, but we're still healing, okay? We're still being developed, okay? But listen, I recognize that what I need for myself, okay? And this is what we call self-awareness, okay? I know myself. I recognize myself. I recognize my mind. I'm very self-aware of my mind and my mind health, just like your body. Your mind is the same. Do you understand? And so I'm at a place where I'm like, okay, I have to stop this idle talk, right? I got to stop talking so much. I have to stop talking so much. Indeed. And in fact, when I talk less, I hear God more. Take note of that because it's not just for me. It's just for you too. When you talk less, you can hear God more, right? That's just like when you're praying. When you're praying, when you finish praying, you can hear God more. Are you praying and not even waiting on a response? Are you just praying and God has to speak back, right? And he does speak back. He'll speak back to our spirits. But if our minds are clogged up, we won't be able to catch what's in our spirit based on so much junk, debris, and clutter in our minds. So much idle talk and conversations about just petty things. So much conversation about complaining, relationships, lack of confidence, just so much, right? And indeed, we're all going through our own things in life. That's true. That's facts. We are all going through our own things. Everybody's fighting a battle that you know nothing about. But here it is. You got to be very cautious of how you dump that information on other people. And that's just the facts of it, right? And what I'm recognizing is that I have not been protecting my mind. I haven't been protecting my ears, from what I've allowed people to just dump on me. And as I'm in this season and recognizing, okay, I got a senior in high school. I have a second grader. I'm a wife, right? I am a daughter of God. I have purpose. I have assignments. I'm in college, right? I'm studying for my real estate. I have things going on. I'm working right now towards a destination, right? I'm on a journey. I'm healing myself. Do you understand? I just came out of depression. Do you hear me? I'm still in my healing that I have to protect my ear gates from what I'm allowing people to dump in my eardrums that's filling my mind. Just look and think of your mind as being a cup. What are people filling and pouring into your cup? Is it always negativity? Are they always complaining? Are they always just going through something? Are you always giving advice out? And then no one's taking it. No one's following the advice. Right. So it's like you got to be very mindful of what you're allowing into your mind. What are you feeding your mind? And so this is just reminding you, sis, be very self-aware. What are you feeding your mind? What are you listening to? Who are you listening to? It matters. It matters a lot. Right? And there's times where I'm full. I'm full on the truth of God. I'm full on the grace of God. I'm full on the love of God. I'm full in peace with God. I'm full, right? And God has given me the grace to listen to certain conversations and partake in certain conversations. But now God is withdrawing me, drawing me back and saying, listen, I want to talk to you a little bit more. You've talked enough. And now your conversations, they're really of no value. They're just a lot of idle talk. Right? You're just talking. And when you're just talking and when you're in idle talk and having idle conversations, you are now partaking in idle time. So you're time wasting now. Okay? Yeah, I may have sent you in to talk for a season, but there's a season where I need you to hush your mouth. Quit talking so much about nothing, right? God doesn't mind if we talk, but if we're talking about good things, if we're talking about kind things, if we're talking about constructive things, if we're talking about positive and the right things, yeah, God doesn't mind. But if we're just talking and now we're in exchange of complaints, now we're in exchange of comparisons, now we're in exchange of relationship issues, now we're in exchange of no confidence in ourselves, and we're talking about our weight and we're complaining about ourselves, and okay, listen, now God is like, okay, I need y'all to hush, because my God, come on, Jesus. God is like, listen, out of the mouth the heart speaks. That thing is now being rooted in your heart, and I'm doing the healing work in you, and you got to be mindful of what you're allowing to be rerouted. As I'm uprooting things from you, you can't replant them by speaking these things on a consistent daily basis, because you're in idle talk with a friend and you're just talking. You're just talking too much. I need you to hush. I need you to shut that conversation down. As I'm uprooting, you cannot be rerouting this type of fear. You cannot be rerouting this type of mindset. You cannot be rerouting all these negative thoughts. You cannot be rerouting this complaining and murmuring. You cannot be rerouting what I'm trying to uproot in you in this season. See, this is why our seasons of healing take so long, because as God is doing this new thing in our heart and uprooting things that have been planted in us years and years and years deep within, here we go talking ourselves back down to that root. Here we go talking ourselves back down to that pit. And God says, be mindful of what you are letting come out of your mouth. Be mindful of what you are letting go into your ears. Be mindful of what you are letting. Come on. My God. I didn't have none of that. Holy Spirit, move and do as you please. My God. Oh, the Spirit of God is so good. So good. So good. My God, it's just confirmation. I need you all to go on a mind fast, okay? A mind fast, a mental fast. And what does that consist of, right? Because you're probably thinking fasting correlates and associates with eating. But just as eating, what are you feeding your mind? What are you allowing? You got to be intentional, right? Intentional over the next 21 to 30 days, however long you need to fast. And it could be longer. I'm going to initially start with 21. And I'm going to be intentional and consistent. And what am I feeding my mind? What am I allowing into my ears? What conversations am I saying yes to that I really should be saying no to? What conversations am I partaking in too long? Did I only need to give a certain word and get off the phone? Did I only need to give a certain word and get back in the car? Did I only need to give a certain word and then exit off of social media? Oh my rabasuya kandishi. Yes, God is saying I'm calling you to do certain things, but then you're sitting there too long. And when you sit in idle time, you partake in idle conversations, and now you are wasting time when there's things that you even have to do for yourself at home, right? Here it is. We're not young teenage girls that can just sit on the phone and talk all day, or sit at dinner and talk all day. We have families, we have children. And it's like, God is like, you got kids. You need to be engaging with your children and get off the phone. You need to engage with life. You need to be present now and get out of that idle that talk, in that idle conversation. You got a degree to obtain. You have a career that you're working on. You got a business plan that you're going towards. And why are you talking so much? You're talking so much about it that it's stopping you from executing. We got to be mindful of the little ways that we allow the enemy to come in and get us into procrastination, get us into laziness. Do you hear me? Get us into idle minds and idle thoughts. God is saying right now, I need you to recognize within your own self and become self-aware that when you are on fire about a thing, and then when that fire starts to be put out, what have you partook in too long? Recognize it. For some of you, it may not be talking. It may be what you're doing. You may be partying too much. You may be having too much sex. I mean, that's all you thinking about. You may be an obsession of a new relationship. God is saying, listen, you may be overeating, and instead of talking, instead of sexing, instead of an obsession, you are just eating and eating and eating, and you cannot stop. Instead of sitting still and doing what you need to do, you are constantly on the go. You don't want to sit still. You're anxious about something. God is saying right now, you need a mental fast because your mind is under attack based on the conversations that you've been having and the words you've been speaking out of your mouth. Stop talking so much. Stop talking so much. Stop talking so much. Right? And God is speaking to me. He's, oh my God, the Holy Spirit is ministering this word to me out of my mouth, and I'm giving it to you. Stop talking so much. All right? That's the word. That's the word. Go on a mental fast, mind fast, mental fast, 21 to 30 days, longer if you need it. Stop picking up the phone. You got to be aware of yourself. Right? You can't pour out of an empty cup. You cannot continue to pour when you got nothing left but drops, because you still need something for you. You still need to be full yourself. And the truth is, I am no good for anybody, family, children, husband, friends, my assignments, the work I need to be doing. I am no good if my mind is filled with clutter, if my mind is empty on positivity, if my mind is filled with negativity, if my mind is filled with so many people's problems. I am no good. And so you got to get to a place in a space where you have the courage to say, look, I cannot say yes anymore in this season. If God has not indeed said, this is exactly what I want you to do, you better say no. Otherwise, the devil is trying to wear you out. He's wearing you out with your own mouth. He's wearing you out by you not having the courage to say no. He's wearing you out with all these conversations and everybody calling your phone about their problems, their relationships, and their complaining. He's wearing you out. And we're not blaming friends. We're not doing that. The truth is this, the accountability is on you. It's on me. It's on you. It's on me. It's on you. Why? Because we're the ones partaking. People are doing what people do. People are people, right? This ain't on nobody but us. And over here at Hurt Heal Become, we take full accountability for our actions and how we get into certain situations. And if we get into something, guess what? We gonna do the work to get out of it. Do you understand? Whatever needs to be done, and what needs to be done right now in this hour is for our mouths to be shut on idle conversations that amount to nothing, that mean nothing. No gossiping, no comparing, no sending pictures back and forth about look at this, look at that. No nothing. No nothing. No none of that. Do you hear me? If it's not uplifting, if it's not encouraging, and if God ain't called you to it, ain't said to say it, you better hush your mouth, because idle conversations are leading to idle time, and idle time is time wasted on what you could be doing for God, on what you could be doing to further yourself in your journey to healing in your destiny, to what you could be doing to engaging and being present with your children and your family. Okay, let's get back to it. I love you. I love you. I love you. We will talk soon. Today is actually August the 16th. You'll hear this message on August the 28th, right? That's how far ahead I am. And consistency indeed yields results. We got to be consistent in what we need, right? I need a break from talking too much. I'm still going to be recording, because this is my assignment. This is what I want to spend more time doing, hearing from God, so that I can give a word to you all that will help you in the course of your life and what you need, that I can pour into you. But I got to be free from all the clutter from everybody else's stuff that has nothing to do with you, has nothing to do with the assignment that God has called me to in this season. I love you, and we will talk soon. Bye-bye.